Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Two Broke Gamers podcast. I am Steve.
Hey, I'm Ricky. What's going on, y'all?
How we doing? How we doing?
Hey, yeah, I know. I have a country y'all for some reason, even though I've lived in the city for like my whole life. I don't get it. But yeah, Two Broke Gamers. Welcome, internet, to all this show. We have a fun-filled show for y'all today.
Blanking here.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we'll get started into it real quick. I mean, well, before we even do that, we'll tease the second part already, which is
pros versus casuals.
Yeah, basically. Well, not only just the casuals versus the hardcore gamers,
but it's what is the definition of a casual
and how it's changed over the years. But other than that, we do have to start with something from last week, which we did announce, and it was funny because shortly after the show was uploaded, I'm like, really? Because out of everything I said, oh, they can't backtrack and say they're not going to do this anymore, right?
Yeah, but they did.
So
yeah. CoroCoro, last week we mentioned CoroCoro was going to have a announcement about the entire final roster of the Smash Brothers game.
And it's CoroCoro is a Japanese
that's right.
publication from Japan.
Well, so, everybody should know that. It's common knowledge.
Yeah.
It's not. But so they went back on their word, as Ricky said, and they are not going to have a finalized roster. They're just going to showcase the ones that Nintendo already showcased.
Yay. How exciting for next month's issue.
Yeah, right? So it's basically, hey, you guys know about all these already, so we're going to tell you about them anyway.
We're going to tell you more about them. We're going to tell you about their smashes that you may have just seen in videos and analyzed them like 8,000 times already.
Well, yeah, they might go into move sets and all that kind of stuff. Combos, maybe. I don't know.
Which is still good, no matter what. Any type of material
I guess it'd be like a small strategy guide, I guess.
Not even that, like at least something that breaks down what Smash Bros is going to be. Anything at this point is good. Any information is good right now.
Yeah, I just wish it was new information.
Yeah, no. So we'll talk more about Smash Bros. And especially with Nintendo and Comic-Con later. But first, we also have to talk about something that we missed out on last week because it's, it was big, but we didn't really touch on it. But I think it's enough to just kind of talk about it now, especially after it's done. The International, Dota 2's biggest tournament in the world, that had a huge pool of a little bit over $10 million.
Yeah, it's actually it's like 10,930,000. It's a lot.
It was ridiculous, and the first prize winner.
First prize gets $5 million for the team, which you split it between all your players and your managers and stuff. But so you're not getting 1 million for each player, but you're still getting a solid 700,000. Yeah,
you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I'm a league player. I'm in the wrong game. All right.
Well, don't say that. People are gonna attack you now.
No. I just money. I'm not pro at league either, but I'm in the wrong game.
Well, that's the thing. So, from a guy that doesn't know much about either of the two games, what are the main differences of them?
Nothing.
Really?
I guess it's aesthetics. Aesthetics,
pathetics, all the pathetics.
Aesthetics, the scenery.
No, I know.
And then I guess some of the champions are different, but it's basically the same kind of game.
So why is it that what's the difference between them having more money than League, even though League it looks like the top game in the world?
Blizzard.
Oh,
Blizzard. It's actually Dota 2 is Valve, but Blizzard basically does all the stuff for Dota 2. That's why it's got such a huge...
It's that WoW money?
It's that WoW money. It's that Blizzard money, that endless waterfall of Blizzard money. Whereas Riot Games, they're not as... They're getting big now, but they're not as big as Blizzard and Valve.
I feel like Riot Games, the guys who made League of Legends, has to kind of step it up at this point because you can't get...
Well, I think their whole entire prize pool was $5 million, which is spread out between 25 teams and all that stuff.
Everybody gets $5 million close or whatever share it is.
You all get $7.
So yeah, $5 million spread out, which is kind of crazy. Now, kind of different, but then it's just strange to me that it's so not strange, but it's so good that esports has gotten to a point where $5 million is a prize, the grand prize. And and here's the thing, I don't know much about the leagues, I don't know about that, but anything that I've read about the International is the fact that the final game itself, that last game, was just one of the most boring games in the entire tournament.
Well, Newbie, the team that won, they kind of just beat the crap out of Vici Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
It just I don't know, it just wasn't good. I guess the big favorites of the tournament, I guess Newbie was, I guess, up there as well as Vici, but everyone was really surprised that Navi's European team got eliminated by Cloud9. And they came in like the tie for 7th to 8th place. Navi's supposed to win the tournament. They've been the super team. They've been the team to beat for all these years, and they come in 7th place. That's kind of like, I don't know. That's crazy. That's like, if you were to compare it to Smash, that's like Mango coming in 10th place out of nowhere.
Yeah.
People will be like, "What? Mango lost?" Like, people are very shocked that Navi got knocked out so early.
Even other games, like even if Daigo in his prime ended up like 10th. He wasn't in the top 8 like 10 years ago. That would have been something.
But it's just, I don't know. Dota's also, in my personal opinion, Dota's not fun to watch.
I you know what? If I maybe understood each game, because I feel like if I maybe understood League of Legends or Dota a little bit more, maybe I'll get into it. But as far as watching either game, I'm just like, I just see people moving the map around and clicking around and adding people and getting rid of people and doing this and doing that. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, well, Dota has some very broken champions. Like, there are some champions that are just not fun to play against. League has those too, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there are very few champions in the League that can, 100 to 0 you in one combo. It'll take some time, but oh my god, there are so many champions in Dota that just 100 to 0 you, and it's just, and even if it's not 100 to 0, it's just they're not fun to play against.
So how the matches broke down, it was best out of 5 games. Vici, I'm saying that right?
Yeah, Vici.
Vici won the first game, and then Newbie just swept them after that. Just 3 games in a row.
Exactly,
Done.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, that doesn't sound exciting in any sport at all.
No, that's why in League it's you don't know.
You don't know? Do I know?
No, and in League when they do Worlds, when you get down to the core of the teams, they're always good. It's usually the Chinese and the Koreans, but they put on such a fight. Like, they put on such a show, and they do some crazy things that, as North Americans, we have like, what is that? It's crazy.
A lot of foreigners can't, like, a lot of foreigners are a lot better in a lot of games, except for, like, Smash Bros. It's like, if you see it, like, every Street Fighter or every, like, Marvel, well, Marvel not really, because that's still kind of American, too. But a lot of the other games, a lot of, like, them come from Asia. A lot of them are coming from that territory, and a lot of them are dominating in every sport.
StarCraft is dominated by the Koreans.
Oh, yeah,
Chinese.
Definitely. That's
definitely.
why that first MOG arena is happening. It's getting built over there in China. So, funny enough. So, but just to compare the prize pools, the first prize, of course, was $5 million. The second place that Vici took was $1,475,699.
Which is nothing to cry about.
Like, yeah, I got thousands of dollars still. Man, what a loss.
They still had it there. It's still a good chunk of cash.
Yeah, I think, like, the Smash Bros. Tournament was, like, only, like, 5,000 or something like that. That was the pool. And other Street Fighters and other stuff was, like, in the thousands, not maybe, like, 5 digits. But if you, well, you're talking millions for a game, that's insane.
That's why I said, I'm in the wrong game. I love League. Well, I hate League. But, no. Anyway, first off, anyone who plays League knows what I'm talking about. I love League of Legends, but I hate playing the game.
Yeah, there's
actually a video.
I was gonna say there's a song dedicated to all that.
Yeah, it's kind of a song. It's more of like a speech. But it's anyway. Either way, I love League of Legends, but I hate playing the game.
So apparently, League of Legends was. League of Legends. Gosh,
Dota.
But Dota was so big this weekend that even ESPN had to talk about it. ESPN, the network for sports.
Yeah,
but
esports, man.
Esports is making it that big to where, the internet loves to react to things. They love
to overreact to things, is what you really meant.
Yeah, they love to overreact to a lot of things. So, here's some reactions. We'll post a link on it. There's several sources for, like, a lot of these things. Some people were happy, like, watching Gabe Newell, who's, the guy that runs Valve, talk about how he's making shit tons of money on ESPN owns.
Yeah.
So, Base Gabin on ESPN2 again. Holy shit. Like, things like that. And, and then there's people who didn't really like this. Why is Dota on ESPN2? What is happening? What is this? What is this? They got some World of Craft shit on ESPN2? This isn't a sport. None of these people are anywhere near athletic. The reactions. Why is gaming on ESPN2? What the hell is on ESPN2 right now? ESPN2 is seriously airing an online gaming championship. WTF, man? Our society now. This is our society now.
I didn't know people actually watch ESPN2.
I know. I mean, who didn't? I mean, I watch ESPN2 when something's not on ESPN.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh, Sports Center again. Let's switch over to ESPN2. Oh, soccer. Let's go back to Sports Center.
Yeah. So, I mean, people reacted. There's a lot worse and a lot funnier ones, but people had a compare it to like other sports. Like they're bashing soccer when the World Cup was on. Like, what is this? Like, where's the real football and you know all this other stuff? And where's baseball? Why am I watching soccer on ESPN?
That's why you ignore the trolls.
I don't even know if they're trolls. I think they just really
ignorant.
Yeah, I guess. Because I mean, even if I grew up on gaming and I also grew up on sports, I can. I don't know if I didn't grow up with either one of those, I don't know if I would respect if they would meld, but I would let it slide. Because, I mean, look what ESPN also airs, like,
the World Series of Poker.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah, the World Series of Poker airs on ESPN, and no one complains about that.
Dude, I'm watching guys fuddling chips and throwing cards. Like, really?
I don't know. And then if chess is an Olympic sport, esports is definitely a sport.
Yeah, we've had this discussion.
We've talked about this before. You can check that out.
I mean, I'm gonna go throw back to ESPN. I remember ESPN because I used to work at a sporting goods store many years ago, and we used to have all the TVs on either. Well, of course, I'm in New York, so it was either a Yankee or Mets game or ESPN. Like that's all it was, of course. So ESPN used to air like other stuff. Like they used to air, I mean, they still air bowling, which is still like weird. But then they had Scrabble on at one point. I still remember watching it, sitting there at my job, and we're all amazed at the TV because they had these guys playing Scrabble on cable television.
Yeah, and you know, when SportsCenter does their top 10 plays, sometimes they'll have a spelling bee highlight. Yeah. Like, congratulations, kid, you spelled onomatopoeia. You're like, what? That's okay. Cool.
Dude, that's true, though, because, I mean, they also do air the National Spelling Bee. So, of course, if it makes the top 10 plays, it's like he made a good play. He spelled the word right.
Yeah, right? Spelled the hardest word in the English language. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, we've had this discussion whether it's esports or a sport or not. And actually, I don't even know what we concluded.
I don't remember either.
I think we ended the episode off so in the middle that I don't think we actually made an actual decision.
Yeah.
But I want to go ahead and say yes.
I could roll with it because it's only because it's if you can count chess, if you could even count curling, like, yeah, you sweep and some guy throws the little thing, you can count. Like,
yeah, there are worse things that are considered sports than video games.
Yeah. And if there's poker, if poker can be considered a sport.
Exactly. Poker is clearly a game. But whatever. We're past this.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everyone just calm your ignorance down.
Speaking of esports, one of the later news that came out just a little while ago, as of this recording, that is, that Google is confirmed now of buying Twitch, which
Google's gonna own the world, man. Just how long until Google owns the world?
Google's gonna own Yahoo, every search engine in the world.
Google just bought out, North America. They're working on South America as we speak.
The internet is entirely Google. That's it.
Yeah, right. There's no Chrome. Actually, Chrome is Google. What am I talking about?
Duh.
Yeah, it's a Mac bought by Google.
Oh God, the ultimate world domination. Google and Apple. But Google apparently. Well, this was a rumor a couple of months ago where both sides denied it. Where they said, "Oh, okay, we're gonna buy. Google's gonna buy Twitch," and they're like, "No," and Google's like, "Nah." And then reportedly it was going to be bought for $1 billion, all this other stuff. I mean, and mind you, back in 2006, Google did buy YouTube for $1.65 billion. So, I mean, this is almost confirmed. There's like sources that are close to it, and these are like on legitimate websites like IGN. I guess you can call that. I mean, some people don't consider it a legitimate website, but I've seen it on other websites. I've even seen it reported even on shoryuken.com and giving these guys credit. So it's like this is kind of I don't know. I think it could be good for streaming games.
It could be
tournaments.
Really good or really bad.
It could be really bad for gaming where everybody else is going to have to jump ship to other streaming sites at this point.
I just hope Twitch doesn't go down the drain.
I hope not either.
I mean, I hope that Google just bought it for the sake of buying it and they're just going to let Twitch continue to just run it. They just want to have they want to get the profits from it.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of what they did with YouTube. They didn't really screw with it too much.
Yeah, I mean, but except for like the copyright stuff and everything else.
Well, the copyright stuff, and then like you now sign in with your Google ID instead of your YouTube ID, but I was able to just convert it, so I still have my YouTube name, even though every day it's like, do you want to switch to your real name? No, I don't. I don't want to switch to my real name. Stop asking me. So, whatever.
Yeah.
I just hope that they just don't mess with it.
Yeah, don't mess with it too much, or at least add to it or add more features that can, especially for the
just leave it alone. Leave it as is. Let Twitch, keep their employees. Just let Twitch handle their thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's also the servers and stuff that can improve it, so there's more seamless streaming.
All right, so put money into it, but don't touch it.
Yeah, but I mean, it could also help for maybe the view and maybe a different layout, or even, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know what they can add, honestly, and that's probably a bad thing. But who knows?
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Take my advice, Google. Leave it alone.
Or they could even help promote streaming sports, like some of the esports that happen and all the tournaments that happen on Twitch. That could also be a plus.
Okay, so you promote them, but don't touch anything.
Like, dude, look at what they're doing with YouTube. They're promoting epic rap battles on TV.
Yeah, that's cool.
it's like really?
That's actually cool though.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a big fan of theirs. I
love that.
I know a lot of people love it. I don't know. It's just not my thing, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, if they can show that on TV every 20 seconds, because every time I have to see the commercial with those guys writing.
It's either epic rap battles or it's Vice.
I've never seen Vice. I've never seen the Vice one. I've always seen epic rap battles all the time.
I always see the Vice one. I'm just like, I'd rather see the epic rap battles one.
I see the epic rap battles one all the time. I don't know. It must be what we're watching. Who knows? Or what my girlfriend's watching.
ESPN.
Yeah. No, because she's the one that watches TV while I'm just trying to do stuff.
Yeah, no, my TV is usually when it's on, because I don't really watch that much TV. It's always on ESPN.
Yeah. So, moving on to Mario Kart 8. This past weekend, I participated in the Mario Kart 8 tournament that happened in the Nintendo World Store.
Woo-woo.
Whoop, whoop. And that was fun. It was a little nerve-wracking because it was maybe my second tournament I've ever done in my life. Of course, it had to be, my first one was still Mario Kart. It was still like a Mario Kart line because I've only done 2 tournaments in my life, and it was Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 so far. Who knows if I'll move on to Smash? I don't know, but I want to be able to train at some point for Smash.
I'm going to work at it.
I have to, too. Just cause.
My Ness is top tier, man.
Yeah, dude, apparently. Your Ness is kind of top tier.
My Ness is really strong, guys.
So I think people are going to try to hold your word onto it, man.
Ness.
So, I mean, to kind of give a background, because I'll talk a little bit about the one that happened, because that happened at college, and why I participated in that one at that time is because I heard I was broke gamer.
We're broke gamers, and they had a cash reward prize.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was really broke, and I really wanted to get that new Zelda game that was coming out at the time, the Link Between Worlds for the 3DS. And it was first prize, $50. I'm like, well, okay, I'll do it. And this is meanwhile, I hadn't played Mario Kart Wii in a long time, and I'm really good at it. Like I said, all my profiles are maxed out to all 9s, a worldwide racing. I wasn't really part of MK boards or anything like that. I wasn't really part of all that scene with all the clans and everything, but I have raced a bunch of them, just randomly seeing it online, and I've beat a few of them. I lost a few of them, whatever. It's Mario Kart. It happens. So when I saw this tournament and I saw the $50 and I said, hey, the week after that is going to be Zelda, I'm going to have to enter this tournament. So I entered it, and it was okay. So, because now I'm trying to get flashbacks of what happened. So, for first, the guy was late with the Mario Kart game, and they were like, oh, well, if the guy doesn't come, we're going to make it a Smash Bros. Tournament. And everyone was like, yay! And I'm like, no, I didn't train for that. Me. I would have called him because there was a Smash Bros. Tournament the week before that had
and I was a chicken. I had the girls' or the dude's email to sign up, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I would last minute, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it,
dude. And we could have won, or at least one of us.
I would have smashed somebody.
Cause, dude,
my Ness is top tier.
Because it was Brawl, and it was a lot of people were playing, and it was how they won. I think what was it
Snake versus Snake was the final.
Yeah, which is just eh. I mean, we probably could have beat with our better characters, honestly.
I would have played Ike for fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My Ike is my strong Brawl character, but when you go to Project M, the Ness is top tier.
So they were gonna do that, and then the guy came, and I'm like, yes. So I trained for this when I found out 6 days before the tournament was supposed to start. Meanwhile, I was really supposed to find out 7, but it was I was late, whatever. So I picked up my Nintendo Wii, and I played like half the stages on 150, half of the other stages on per day. Like I've raced like 4 of the cups one day, 4 of the other cups on another day. I did all of the mirror stages at one time, and then I just played worldwide because I was just like, I gotta get, because these GPUs ain't nothing. I definitely have to race with real people, whether they're hacking or whatever the case may be. I don't care. I want to be able to race some real people and get my skills up. And then of course I had to race with other characters because I was like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of people entering. I have to kind of figure this out. So my main person is Daisy on a mod bike. That's my chick right there. I'm not all for the Funky Kong because I know Funky Kong is like the strongest, most broken character in that game. But I don't like him that much as I like Daisy. Like I feel more comfortable with Daisy. So
I prefer Toadette with the bullet bike.
Yes, and I'll get to Toadette because somebody else wanted to use Toadette, and I'll get to that too.
Oh, yeah.
So I was gonna choose that. Everybody was gonna be basically on the second bike. So it was either Daisy, it was gonna be Rosalina on the Flame Runner. And if it wasn't going to be able to pick that, it was going to be Luigi, and then it was going to be Yoshi. That would be my last choice out of all of them. So this guy pops in the game, and then I realize nothing's unlocked.
Yeah, it's basic.
It's vanilla.
It's a basic bitch.
Yeah, and it's vanilla Mario Kart Wii. I remember this one guy who was next to me was like, oh, I can't wait to use Toadette. I'm going to use my chick Toadette, everything else. And then when I saw the game, I was like, dude, Toadette's not going to be in this game. And he was like,
guy.
What?
I wouldn't have played. I would have been like, I quit. I'm out.
I was in it for the money, so I had to. So, I mean, I had to work with some karma, too, in this game. Because there was a guy in the tournament who was racing the same, bracket as me in the first race, in the first round. And he was a little bit of special needs, and he wanted to race Yoshi. And out of all the characters, I was like, fudge, I'm going to have to pick a Yoshi. But then he kind of was like, oh, I want to pick Yoshi. I'm going to pick Yoshi. And I was like, you know what, dude? Just have Yoshi. Just play him in the race. Screw it. I mean, I'll pick Luigi. I don't care. Whatever. I mean, I still won the first race. But, but I felt bad. I didn't want him to be in the tournament, and it just was a big deal for him. I just couldn't do that to him. I feel like a dick if I
would have smashed him.
No, dude, I couldn't do it. So, I mean, I feel like that played a role later on in the good karma, maybe, because I was just like, let me get some karma in it. So, a lot of people were bad in the game, I'm not going to lie. I was being nice when I was saying the story back on college radio when I first did it, but a lot of them sucked, except for this one kid. This one kid was really good with Bowser on a Flame Runner, and the first thing I thought was, shit, he's going to be my only competition in this thing. Like, there's no way, because everybody else is not as good as him. I've had people oohing and ahhing when they were watching me. He had people oohing and ahhing, and I was like, oh, damn, he's going to make it to the finals. I know he is. And lo and behold, there we were, finals. And, of course, like I said, it's vanilla. So you only had, like, the mushroom cup or the flower cup. There wasn't no special cup. There wasn't no whatever cup, the lightning cup.
That's the worst.
And then the 2 retro cups, which I forget what they were now. So we actually raced the second to last retro cup, which had the Wario Stadium, which is the only one I remember out of it because that was the last stage we raced. And before we raced that final race, because we raced the whole cup, I realized I didn't really practice on the stage, and I sucked when I was practicing. But the guy who was good, the Bowser, and myself, we were both 1 coin separated from each other. Ooh. So, or like 1 point.
Yeah,
1
point.
Freaking points separating each other. And then the other 2 kids are there. They're playing. They're kind of
they're just derp.
Yeah, but it was funny because like one of the guy's friends are back there yelling. It's like, "Yo, 3rd place! It's looking good right now." It's like they know. They saw the both of us play the whole tournament, and they're just like, "Yeah, nah, dude. Like we're gonna be real with you. 3rd place. 3rd place is looking good." But for me, racing this kid and doing horribly on the no, it wasn't Wario Stadium. It was like Waluigi Stadium or something like that. It was
the one with the cages and stuff.
No, not the one from GameCube. It was the one for the Wii, but they had it from. What's the one with the GameCube? But it wasn't the one with the cage. It was the other one.
The dirt one.
Yeah, the dirt one.
That's Waluigi Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. So
I think.
Yeah, I know. Much as be wrong, but whoever. We can admit when we're wrong.
I haven't played this game in like 3 years, guys. Calm down.
I haven't picked up the game since the Wi-Fi went out on Nintendo. But anyway, besides that, we're racing it. And I'm still getting the second. I was in 5th for a moment. I was getting back to 2nd. This dude's like almost at the end of the race. It's a 3rd lap. And you know how there's a ramp you jump over, there's that gap, and then once you land, you just got like 5 feet and you cross the finish line.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, damn it. I'm thinking in my head, damn it, $25 2nd place. Like, I can't even afford the game. This is going to suck. Why'd I enter this tournament? Like, this, that. So I'm jumping over the ramp, and I noticed a blue shell's coming behind me. A blue shell, a miracle as blue shell, right before the finish line, right before anything. It passes by me. I made sure I dodged it immediately because once I hit the ground, I was in the air. I moved left so I can just hit the wall. It hit the dude. I just kept going because I was slowed down because I hit the wall. And I was like, go, 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 boom. Got first place.
Crazy.
That's how I won that tournament. And the dude was just like, dude, you're so freaking lucky.
Lucky son of a bitch. Now,
Exactly.
now tell us about the one that happened at Nintendo World.
It was not that exciting.
Not that exciting.
Which is why I chose to tell the story. Because the Mario Kart 8 tournament, I played the first round, and I think I had a little bit of karma working with me again that time. Because, you know, there was a lot of kids and adults playing, and I felt like a douche because I got there. And
I would have been try hard. like Ricky, you have to stop feeling bad. Just play to win.
Dude, like, I know, like, everybody else
put your try hard sweaties on and play to win.
Dude, a lot of people were saying that to me, and I'm just like, dude, like, it was like, there was a lot of kids, and I did see a lot of kids leaving crying.
I would have drink their tears. If I were playing a Smash tournament versus kids, I would make sure that I destroyed them.
Well, a lot of kids ended up crying at that tournament when they lost.
I drink their tears.
But the kid that I raced, like, there was like maybe like a few teeny, because I felt bad because I thought I was like the only adult in a kids tournament. That's how I felt at first. And then I saw a bunch of other people who are like in their 20s, some of them balding and everything. I was like, good. I'm not the only loser here. Thank God. Because that was the thing. I competed because there was prizes. They never say what the prizes were. But another thing too, like in the Mario Kart Wii tournament, we could pick whatever we want. But Nintendo wanted to make it very fair. And they said, standard vehicles only. You can pick whatever your character you want. Standard vehicles only. So standard kart, standard bike, standard ATV, standard wheels, and standard glider. That's it. So I was like, okay, and I did my research. I picked Morton. He's like one of the faster ones. There's also two others in the same class that are just as fast, but I like Morton. I picked them. I was comfortable with them. And the first round, like I said, I was racing this one kid. He was telling me, oh, I'm nervous, man. I was like, me too. Like, it was a best of 3. In the second round, I let him beat me. Like, there was a point where I could have got ahead of him because I had a mushroom.
I would have won.
But, you know, I hear his family to the side cheering him and everything. Like, yeah, go, whatever your name is, go this.
No remorse, Ricky. Go for the throat.
But
Curb stomp.
But I did it, and and I was like, you know, I let him win, you know, whatever, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna win this lap anyway. He got first place in the other one. He got like 5th, and he finished. I advanced, you know, whatever, in the first round. Now, the tournament started at about 1:00. And it was supposed to be from like 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So it was supposed to go from 2 to 6. And I played the first round because it was like here's the thing too. When I walked in, a lot of employees of Nintendo were like, oh, crap, like there's a lot more people here than the last time. Mm-hmm. And they actually had a cutoff point. So I actually got there early enough to where I was like the 60th person or something like that, 58, 60, because they were counting out loud. And they had a cutoff at 1:28.
Ooh.
Yeah. So a lot of people left there angry when they got there late.
They're both being late.
Yeah.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yep. So... And I don't know what a lot of these people's like world VRs are. I don't know, but the VRs don't mean anything anymore. They used to mean something in Mario Kart Wii. They don't mean nothing in the Mario Kart 8, and I can back that up because everything's so fair Mario Kart 8 online that I've beaten a few people that had more points than me, and it's just like, okay, and they've beat me too, and I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't mean anything like it used to anymore. Like Mario Kart Wii, like there was like when you were like a certain like 1,000, like 5,000, 6,000, whatever you were, it meant that you were better, like you were that good. Or lying if you're a 5,000 because you might have been someone that was as good as 9,000, but then you were just playing like at a 5,000 level, but whatever. But it doesn't mean anything in Mario Kart 8. So like I don't know what they all were, and it didn't matter, like I said. But I played that first round at like 2:30 something, and I was lucky because they called my name like the second like race, like the second like group of people, because they had 3 TVs set up on the side in their little party room or whatever, and I got called for one of them. And they didn't play my second race till about 4 o'clock.
Sitting around.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had to walk around. There was a point where I had to play, like, on the TVs. Like, they had the demo version upstairs, but then they had the full version of the game downstairs, so I was practicing on that, too. It was funny because I played one guy. He was, like, all Luigi'd out, and he picked Luigi, of course. And I played him. And here's the thing, though, too. The way they had the Wii U set up in Nintendo World, it's, like, it has the gamepad and then the Wii remote. And I never used a Wii remote, but I was kicking his ass with the Wii remote. And then we switched because I was like, dude, you might as well get used to, whatever and this, that. So we switched and I still beat him. So, and he got really upset. Like, he lost the whole tournament. And then I saw him when he actually did lose the tournament, and he was really upset at that too.
Good.
So the second round.
You get for cosplaying like a jerk.
Oh, yeah, you know what you reminded me? There was a Rosalina cosplayer.
There's lots of cosplay.
Yeah. No, not really. It was only like Rosalina and then a Mario. And then this other guy came as Luigi with the other two. And it was like, dude, he put no effort into it. He just had a Luigi hat. That's all he had. The other guy had a Mario mustache taped on his face and a Mario hat. And then the girl that was Rosalina came really Rosalina. Like, she had the dress, the hair,
I saw that one.
The crown, everything. But, yeah, no, Luigi had no effort.
Good.
So that second round I won. And I met a friend along the way. He was cool. Like, there was a point where when we raced the third round, he was like, dude, if anybody beats me, I hope it's you. Because he was like really good. He was a real cool dude. He follows me on Twitter right now. Shout outs to him. I forget his name though. I forget.
Way to be a good friend.
You know what? Chase. That's his name.
Chase. Shout outs to Chase.
Shout outs to Chase. Yeah. So he was a cool dude, and he was a Lemmy, which surprised me because when we got to the final round, and yes, I did make the final four. I was nervous as hell, but we got to the final four, and it actually started about 6:05, so we went a little overtime. And he was a Lemmy, which is like one of the slower characters, because a lot of the lightweights are slow as hell, but they have great handling and they have great acceleration, but they're not that fast. And then meanwhile, I was Morton, another guy was Bowser, and then another guy was Morton. Now I got nervous at that point because I didn't know. I never played multiplayer, like offline multiplayer with Mario Kart 8, so I didn't know if it was like Mario Kart Wii where you couldn't select the same player. So I made sure I was the first controller, and I raced right to Morton. I was not playing, but apparently you can select two characters. So I was like, okay, I did that for no reason. So it was funny because we had to introduce ourselves. It's like, okay, let's meet the players. Fine. It's like, hi, I'm Ricky, and I'm Morton. And, Chase is like, oh, I'm Chase, and I'm Lemmy. And this other guy's like, I'm whoever, and I'm Bowser. And then this one kid's like, oh, I'm the other Morton, and I'm the better Morton. And I just looked at him like, okay. So we raced. The final race happens to be on Rainbow Road. Not the N64 version, but the regular version. We raced. The Morton and I were actually head-to-head at one point. Then he got hit with a green shell, and it was like done for him.
Peace.
Like, that was the other thing with Mario Kart 8, too.
You were the weakest link. Goodbye.
Gosh, that's a throwback. But Mario Kart 8 has a very tough time recovering. Like, if you get knocked out of first place and you end up like in 8th, you're going to have a very tough time getting back into first. Like, you may even be lucky to get top 5 after that. Like, it's very hard to recover. But I stayed in first. I got blue shelled, and I still stayed in first to a point where I won. Boom.
Boom. Who was the better Morton now, little bitch?
I'm not gonna say that. That dude was cool, and even he admitted he was like, and that was the thing too. All tournament, like I let that kid win. Like I had that good karma because afterwards I shook his hand, and I was like, "Good game, man. Don't worry about it. You'll practice and you'll get good." That was the first thing, and I think that karma kind of carried over. And not only that, I was cool with everybody. Like I made sure after every race I won, I said I shook everybody's hands like, "Good game, whatever." And I think I was the only one because I don't know if everybody else was shaking. I was the only one.
I would have been the guy who's like, "Bam, you lose." Bitch.
but now I'm invited to the third grand final tournament, which is the prize is much bigger. Which, if you guys are wondering what my prize was, it was a keychain.
It was a golden mushroom keychain.
Well, there was a selection of keychains, and I was like, dude, I won first place. How could I not pick the gold mushroom keychain? But then the guy who got in fourth place, Chase, who had Lemmy, he picked the golden keychain too. So I was like, really? But the tournament was fun overall. And that long wait was a little while, but then again, what have I always complained about with gaming tournaments?
The wait.
Yeah, exactly. But I was a part of it. It was a good experience. And I actually cannot wait for the next one, which hopefully I can win. Now, funny thing is, I don't know. I told you the story about Mario Kart Wii and how I practiced the hell out of that. The last time I had touched Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 8 before that tournament was 2 days before that. And then before that, it was like I was basically playing it every other day.
Yeah.
And I only used I didn't use my bike. I used the standard bike once. So, yeah, I kind of pulled it out pretty damn well.
Better get practicing. This might be some better competition.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that because this is one guy who's on Twitch. I won't name him, but he lost the first tournament. And then the second tournament, he got there too late. And he was like, I got so angry, I wanted to drink, whatever. So he said he's definitely going to be there for the third. And I'm like, and I know, and he looks good. Like, he looks like he plays all right. But like I said, the points don't mean anything. Because, like I said, like I've beaten people with like higher levels than me. And people have beaten me back. And it's nothing. It really means nothing. Everything's fair in that game. But that's our Mario Kart 8 little moment. which I expected it to go kind of longer than this. I didn't know. Hopefully that part was interesting for y'all. Going back to some regular news, let's talk about Smash Bros.
Oh boy, they always talk about Smash Bros.
I know, right? My gosh.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that on this show I am evil.
Why?
Because I'm always like making fun of people and telling people they suck.
Yeah, so
I'm that voice. I'm that guy.
Are you the 8-year-old on Xbox Live?
No. I'm that guy though.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Who cares? I mean, at least there's no voice chat in like any Wii games. Like if you had a Wii U, like you would like it's good that you don't have to like they mute your microphone while you're playing the game. Because could you imagine if you're playing Smash and they enable a microphone? You know how terrible that experience will be.
No, because I was thinking before we go into Smash, you know how they had that story the other day where about the kid who his dad and the ghost of the game and everything.
Well, we never talked about it. We talked about it the other day, but we haven't.
Yeah, we talked. Ricky and I, we do show prep. It's a very important thing in the show business, just so you guys know. But before we go into Smash, I guess we're gonna cover this for a second. There's a story about a kid. I guess he's 16 now or something. Yeah. His dad died like 10 years ago. He used to play some racing game with him.
Yeah.
And his dad, used to play with him. And so
look at the name of the thing while you're talking.
Yeah. So the father did a time trial, has a ghost in some course, and so the kid 10 years later decides to put the game in.
Yeah, he couldn't play it because he was so traumatized because he used to play it with his dad all the time since he was 4. So for 2 years, then he passes. And the kid's just like traumatized. He's like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, so 10 years later, he puts the game in, finds his dad's ghost, and so he's racing with it, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm playing with my dad again, kind of. And in my head, like, yesterday I was a little sentimental. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But, like, this morning when I woke up, I was like, who cares? I was like, no one's going to care but you.
You're a dick.
Yeah, I am.
You had the feels yesterday. You were like, the feels.
Yesterday I was like, yo.
He's racing with the ghosts of his dad in the game.
Yesterday I was like, we're going on a feels trip, guys. And then today, when I woke up this morning in the shower, I was thinking about that story, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, I truly just don't care about that kid and his dead father.
That's such a... Oh, we're such dicks.
I'm the worst.
I'm gonna be a dick for not editing that. How about that?
No, leave it in. I want that in.
Yeah. Well, what about the other story I told you about? Like it reminded me because I was thinking about the paraplegic mother. Crossing? Yeah, there was like a paraplegic mother of a kid. They used to play Animal Crossing on GameCube. This is how old the story is. And the mother ended up just taking over the game because she's like paralyzed. She can't move.
That's kind of greedy. That's your kid's game, and you're spending your life on it.
Not your life on it.
Yo, she's betting her life on it. Like, at this point, you don't have much time left. You know this. Spend time with your kids, not on the freaking Animal Crossing.
Well, she has no communication, so she really couldn't talk, so she couldn't move her hands and everything.
Okay.
So she's on a wheelchair, and she's playing the game a lot, to a point where, like, the kids, you kind of like, okay, mom's playing the game more than us, whatever. So the mom had passed, and the kid randomly decided to pick up the Animal Crossing game again. And then he opens his mail because you get mail in Animal Crossing and all this stuff. And he got a ton of letters from his now dead mom. Like, oh, I love you, son, and this is that. Here's a present. Here's some bells. Here's some this. Here's some that. And, of course, he just starts bawling, crying immediately.
That's different. That's like your mother actually doing that. This is just some ghost that your dad made years ago. It's not like he said, this is for you, son. I'm going to make a ghost of myself in this game. No, it just happened to be that way. This mother, like, actually, wrote personal letters to her son through a video game because she couldn't actually communicate with him verbally because she's paralyzed and all that stuff. So that's a different kind of story.
Yeah,
but this one, it's like
but the ghost.
I thought of this one. It's like, oh, my dad's ghost. Like, no, no, I'm done.
Well, before we even go to Smash, one more story about Mario Kart 8. Mrbean's done it again. We'll put a link in it where he's texture hacked the game already. He went from modifying the text of the game to now he's modified the game. Like he has I saw it on stream live. He went on stream for like real quick 5 minutes showing Toad's Turnpike N64. How he basically put Luigi's pictures all over it, like on the roads, on the trucks, on the walls. Like everything had Luigi's pictures, and I was like, oh wow, he did it. And then he showed this video on YouTube where it has Thwomp Ruins, which is a desert stage. But he turned the whole thing into an ice stage. And it's like, holy crap, this kid.
He even added some snowmen.
He added some snowmen.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's talent. This guy should get a job.
He really should. Because the hacked Mario Kart Wii game that we've played, That's all him. Well, not just all him, but other people have
a lot of
helped
it's
him out.
him.
Yeah, he's the one that basically started hacking up like Mario Kart
crazy.
Wii. Yeah, and I know I've raced him I think once at Mario Kart Wii years ago because I saw the 4TB Mrbean at one point in my life. So
Is he actually good?
He looks pretty good. I haven't really raced him online. I don't even remember. I raced him. I was like, oh, Mrbean. And then I realized later, it's like, oh, that was that Mrbean.
That was that guy.
I don't know if I won or not, but who cares? But going to Smash.
Now we can go to Smash.
Smash. So going to that, Sakurai talked about that he cut Chrom, of course, that we talked about that. We kind of assumed what it was, and now it's just like it's being confirmed by Sakurai himself.
He had no different characteristic, nothing to make him have a different moveset. Whereas, if you've played Fire Emblem, Ike is a very strong character, so you can change his moveset up. Marth is a very fast character who doesn't deal as much damage, but he gets it done. So, there was different for play styles there. Whereas Chrom is very much just like Marth and Lucina. It's just, that's what he is. If you were to put Chrom in the game, guess what? You're having a third Marth in the game.
Yeah.
So that's why Sakurai cut him.
Well, I mean, this is his quote. He's like, what? No, not Chrom. Of course, Chrom is popular being the protagonist of FEA and all. However, I chose Robin and Lucina, and I will elaborate on my reasoning. Robin appears in the game as a tactician and functions like a mystic knight. No, FF terminology, Final Fantasy terminology. I thought to utilize his all-around nature by assessing swordplay to his smash attacks and magic tomes to his attacks, and that'll allow him to use magic. His neutral special is thunder magic that grows stronger the larger you charge it. I guess he meant longer, but whatever. He uses the fire magic as a side special and wind magic for recovery, and that is his up special. Although Robin doesn't use dark magic in Fire Emblem, I decided to assign it as his down special. This isn't the first time I've given moves to characters that they don't use in their respective game in order to capture certain aspects of the original title. Lucina, let's go into Lucina, has the same techniques as Marth, a fighter with whom I'm sure you are most already familiar with. I even went as far as to make her strength, speed, and special attacks almost identical. However, what sets Lucina apart is the fact that the strength of her attack is uniform along the blade. Marth's playstyle emulates the elegant swordplay, of the fencer, dealing more damage when he strikes with the tip of his blade, but the damage Lucina deals out is evened. So at the end of the day, Chrom would have just ended up being another plain old sword wielder like Mike and Arth.
Yeah,
Mike and Arthur, like Marth and Ike. Compared with the other characters, he lacks any unique characteristics.
Did you say Mike and Arth?
I did.
I
moved one M to the other and just skipped the letter on the other. All right,
Mike. Don't forget about Mike, guys.
Mike and Arth.
Arth.
That's like Martha. That's worse than that. We'll get into that too.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Conversely, the idea of including Robin came to mind. Because he's gonna be Chrom was gonna be a plain old sword wielder or whatever. It was conceiving the character so easy that I immediately saw how it would work. From standards to specials to grabs to throws, all aspects of his moveset just fell into place. Not only did he possess characteristics unlike other fighters, but he also captured the essence of Fire Emblem series. It was perfect. So there you go, your official reasoning.
Yeah, as we had figured, Chrom was just gonna be another copycat. So get rid of it.
Yeah.
Which I actually would have rather seen Chrom instead of Lucina, but they decided otherwise.
But, I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll play a lot differently than a lot of people are.
I think it's going to be Marth 2.0. It's whatever.
But we did see some footage from Comic-Con already, and we're going to talk about Comic-Con a little bit too, from Smash Bros. But we'll get into that a little bit later, though, because I might as well talk about the other Smash stuff, like the fake Sakurai that was posted on Tumblr, where it was just like, you know what? Fine. Fine, I fucking quit. You know what? You want Goku? Have Goku. I'm quitting this dog shit company.
That was funny.
That was great. And there's a picture of Goku in Smash.
And he's like Kamehameha
Sonic.
But it's so badly photoshopped. The Sonic doesn't even look like it's a different Sonic. It's not even the one from Smash.
Yeah. But the best part about that is the fact that if you guys aren't on the Miiverse, the Smash Bros community used to be something great, and it used to be something to hang out in. And then it eventually turned into a request fest where people were like, I want Goku. I want Shrek. I want whoever. And
I want characters that aren't Nintendo.
Yeah. And or like the dude from Sonic, I forget his name, not Metal, Shadow.
Shadow would have been cool.
Like everybody's requesting all these characters. And it's like, remember when we used to talk about the game?
Yeah, remember when we used to talk about the hype?
Yeah, that's really what it was. I mean, I'm the only, like, I was like one of like the 10 people in Miiverse that was talking about Evo and MLG, like during, well, not MLG, but Evo during the time it was airing. And like, that was it. Like, everybody else is still requesting, you know, freaking characters while this is going on. It's like, really? Speaking of terrible characters, supposedly some guy had a 6-year-old younger sibling, I guess sister or whatnot, name a lot of the characters from the new Smash Bros. Now, some of the highlights are, of course, Bowser being Bowler, which I thought was kind of like funny, and a funny drawing comes from that, and I will post that in the description as well. Rosalina as Rebecca, Monkey, which is Diddy Kong for some reason, but they knew Donkey Kong. They, of course, knew Bowser and Luigi. Zelda.
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi.
I thought you said Bowser and Luigi. I was like, no, I got Bowser on Bowler.
Yeah. And then, of course, Zelda, for some reason, is Princess Peach 2.
And Kirby is Ghost Peach.
Yeah, I love that one. Just a dead Princess Peach as
King
a ball.
Dedede was just incomplete name. It's just King.
Just King. Martha's sister, which I love. Which
first it's Marth, and then Lucina is Martha's sister.
No, actually, Martha is Martha. And
no, well, no, there was an original list.
No, this is it right here, dude.
Oh,
like,
wait.
Martha is Marth.
Well, yeah, Martha's Marth, but you'd have to assume that
sister.
You'd have to assume that they saw Marth first.
Yeah, but my favorite is Power Ranger for Captain Falcon, and even my favorite one of all time though is Pakistan for Pac-Man.
Yeah, and Sonic is fast.
It's fast. Gotta go fast.
Yeah, well, just what's his name? Fast. Is that his name?
Gotta go fast.
I don't know. I think some of this is a little off.
I don't know. I do love the Ghost Peach.
Strong man.
Dude, you don't. Yeah, dude, hold on.
Come on, you got Pikachu, but not Charizard. You called it. Why'd you show me that?
Because gotta go fast. That's what I'm trying to make the reference.
See, I know. But still, like, you got Pikachu and not Charizard. Charizard's the second most popular Pokemon. Yeah, just Dragon.
Dragon. Well, she's 6. Who knows?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I want to know, did she actually get
the bowler? I just showed him the bowler.
Bowler Bowser. The one thing I want to know is, did she actually get Fox? Or was it just like, because his name is Fox, but he's also a fox.
I think it's just because he was a fox.
Yeah, I think she was just calling him Fox, but like, that's his name.
But look at Lucario. Lucario's Blue Fox.
Blue Fox. Huh, maybe. Maybe she knew Fox, and I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah. But yeah, we had to kind of have fun with that one. Now, one game out of the Smash series we don't talk about N64 Smash that much. We do talk about it a few times. We talk about Melee a lot. We talk about Brawl a lot. We talk about Project M. Now, there's one game we don't really talk about that's not like, you know, one of the modded ones, one of the official ones, and it's called Super Smash Flash, which is like been on Newgrounds, if some of you guys even know what Newgrounds are or remember what the hell it was.
I've been to that site in forever.
I know, neither have I. Newgrounds is going to have a new version of Super Smash Flash almost 8 years after it first was on Newgrounds, with new characters like Goku, Naruto, Ichigo, Sora.
It's going to be horrible.
I don't know. A lot of people do love Super Smash Flash, and I've seen it kind of played, and it's almost like a 16-bit Smash Bros. And these guys are getting away with it because, you know, everything's original. Everything's like original sprites and everything. So I mean, they're getting away with it that way. But I don't know.
I just don't think those characters fit in the game. Don't call it Super Smash Flash. Call it like fighter game thing. Like, I don't know. Just, it's not.
Well, take a look at the sprites and how they look right there. Like, they're
yeah, no, I get it, but it's just, don't call it Smash because it's not.
Well, they're still smashing each other out.
Whatever. I don't care. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb.
Another thing with Smash that happened too was the fact that Wario was supposedly accidentally leaked in Smash Bros. If you go in the 3DS eShop, and there's a new category for Wario, so you get all your Wario games, whatnot. If you go down the list, one of the last games that you'll see is Super Smash Bros. Oh, interesting turn of events there. So he's maybe leaked.
Maybe. I think he'll make the cut.
He has to. Mario, Luigi, Wario. I mean, you gotta have. I mean, if you're not gonna have Waluigi, you might as well just have Wario again.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Falco and Ness.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Well, that's the thing too. Ness is supposedly confirmed or leaked.
Oh, right. You know, someone found a picture of a detailed Ness, which fits the sprites of the current current fighters, and it has the background and everything. It looks pretty legit.
I don't know. It doesn't look too legit to me. Like
I think it looks legit.
I think anybody can just do a 3D model of Ness, have some shading and background, and just put the logo on the side, and there you go. Ness is leaked. That's it. I don't know. I don't buy it.
People are claiming it's from a Nintendo source, but everything's from Nintendo source. So.
Yeah, like my dad did it. My dad knows Sakurai, and this is it.
I'm just saying, if Ness is released and it's that exact same picture, bang bang.
I'll admit it. I'll admit I'm wrong with that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cause Ness is in this game. If Ness is not in this game, people are gonna riot. I will riot.
No, he has to, because we've talked about this before. I mean, the original 12 are always going to be in a game, so Jigs is going to make it too. Just as far as everybody else, I mean, like, well, then again, like, Mewtwo was cut from Melee, but the original 12, whoever was in the original Nintendo 64 game, they're going to be in it.
Well, yeah, they're the OG, man.
The OGs.
But I definitely think, like, we've had this discussion thousands of times.
Yes.
Falco will be in it. Ness will be in it. Jigglypuff will be in it. I fear for the Ice Climbers. That's scary. I think I don't know if they're gonna make it or not.
I would like to see Ice Climbers, especially in a matchup against Rosalina, because I feel like Rosalina, if she is gonna replace the Ice Climbers, already replaced them. But I don't know. I feel like the Ice Climbers could add some more dynamic to that. Because they're also not a clone either. That's the other thing too. They're avoiding clones.
Unique. Yeah, they're the opposite of clone. They're actually an incredibly unique character.
Yeah.
I think Ganon will make it, but
I really hope it's the Wind Waker Ganon.
I hope it's not. I hope it's just regular Ganon.
Dude, I don't know. Like, dude, the 2 swords, man.
I don't care. I hope it's just regular Ganon.
Them 2 swords, man.
I disagree.
All right, so other things that are going to continue from Smash and go into Comic-Con now, because guess what? Smash is going to be at Comic-Con, and also in other Nintendo games as well, and everything else is going to be at Comic-Con.
Yeah, but they're doing a really cool thing, actually, with Smash at Comic-Con.
Well,
they're having a tournament, right?
That's correct.
They're having a tournament, but they're also doing a thing where you can, like, tweet at them, what is it, like, bring me Smash or something?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. First off, for the tournament, it's going to be the world's first Smash Bros. 3DS tournament. Which is going to be a first-come, first-served basis. It's not going to be like the pros from before. It's just anybody can do it. Now, what Nintendo's also going to do to build up on what you said is the fact that they have a thing at Comic-Con where if you hashtag Bring Me Smash while you're at Comic-Con.
That's Bring Me Smash.
Yeah. Well, here it is. Nintendo tweeted out this like step-by-step thing as a picture. It's like step 1, snap a picture to show us that you are at Comic-Con. Step 2, compose a tweet. Make sure you use the hashtag Bring Me Smash. Step 3, check your direct messages. If selected, you'll receive a direct message via Twitter, so watch your inbox. And then step 4, enjoy. Don't forget to tell your friends. See you at Comic-Con.
Take a selfie. Taking selfies at Comic-Con. I wish I was going, except this is the San Diego one.
Yeah. So it's not only that now what this means is they're not like it's not like a Nintendo representative is going to give you Smash on their 3DS.
Oh yeah, no, it's to like play it for 5 minutes like we did at Best Buy. So it was still really cool though.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna come over with a 3DS and say, "All right, cool. Like you can play this game now, and here you go. That's it. Bring me Smash. Do you want to join the tournament, guys?" Now, the tournament also is gonna last 2 days, from what I understand. So it's gonna be 2 days streamed on Twitch, on the Nintendo Twitch. So it's not too bad at all either. I can't wait to see that, and I also want to see it. I hear it in the headphones too, because a lot of I saw one video that someone had. It was like Nintendo something, and I'm probably gonna find the link and share it, but. This guy had like Smash Bros. Demo at his house, but because he's a Nintendo channel or whatever, he was streaming it. Like he didn't have a capture card, so he's basically streaming it from a camera while he's playing. And he has the sound or a headphone jack obviously connected to the camera. And even the sounds on the 3DS game, the game looks great on the 3DS, but the sound of it sounds really good too. Like it's a good quality sound coming out of that freaking game, man. I don't know.
I feel like sounds so good.
Yeah. So I mean, man. It's going to be a hell of a game, I'm telling you. I don't know if it'll be better as the Wii U one. They're both probably going to be like good to a point that maybe both of them are going to be games of the year or something. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. That's a
DS
big
game of the year, Wii game of the year.
Yeah, probably going to be Nintendo. I don't know. Maybe it could be game of the year for everything. I mean, I know Destiny's going to be coming out or whatnot, but
yeah, usually an Xbox game or something usually wins game of the year because fanboys.
Yeah, which we'll get into that next segment. Midway's teasing it. Now, besides Nintendo bringing Smash Bros., they're also going to be bringing Pokemon Art Academy, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Sonic Boom, which I know that's your
Oh
favorite.
boy,
Shovel Knight, the Theat Rhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call. Other games for the Wii U, though, like Smash Bros. For Wii U, which we saw a video of that a little while ago before we started the show. IGN had uploaded it. And it looks like it's a lot faster.
It does.
Than the demo that we played at Best Buy in a Nintendo World.
So, yeah. Hooray.
Yeah, and
you're speeding up your game, guys.
And I guess they listen. And apparently the other people like noticed some of the technical things, like the lack of landing lag. Like it's not as bad now, and it looks good. But if I had a better video, because I mean, I don't know if IGN recorded it at like 60 frames per second. I think they recorded it at 30. From a HD television that's playing at 60 frames per second and whatnot. But I don't know. It looks vastly different than what I've played, but it looks good.
It does.
Hyrule Warriors is also going to be there, which I want to talk about a little bit too.
And they said they're going to have... are we talking about that now?
Hyrule Warriors, yeah, there's going to be too many damn freaking characters, man. Like Rudo and Darunia. Sheik is going to be in the game.
That's going to be cool.
That's going to be sick.
If you could play as Sheik, I might invest in it if I get a Wii U. Yeah. Well, I will get a Wii U, but I'm just like...
Dude, you're going to get a Wii U.
But Sheik, I love Sheik. Yeah, even though it's just Zelda with the skies, but it's different.
They're spoiling it for the like 12 people that never played freaking Ocarina of Time, man.
Oh no, God, cover your ears. I don't care. This is where I'm evil, and I don't care.
Princess Rudo, from the Zora fame.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, she's in the game, dude. That's kind of cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, so. And then other stages like Death Mountain and Lake Healy are going to be there. So I don't know, dude. They're going way out there for this Hyrule Warriors game. Like, I don't know. It looks pretty good. Like, I still think I'm going to pick this game up.
I'll see how it goes.
Captain Toad, the treasure tracker, which...
Toad's getting a game? Oh, my God.
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
It's basically the mini game that was part of Super Mario 3D World, which was kind of interesting. But I don't know if I could invest my money in an entire game based on that. I don't know yet. I'm still iffy on that.
It's a baby game.
Not really, because the puzzles are kind of difficult, but it's still kind of cool to play the game. Especially it was like a mini game on the 3D. I mean, on the Wii U's Mario 3D World. Besides that, Yoshi's Woolly World will be there. Mario Kart 8, Bayonetta 2, Sonic Boom for that version now. Just Dance, yeah, because that's awesome. Skylander Trap Team, Shovel Knight, 1001 Spikes, and Guacamelee, Super Torunament Championship Edition from Drinkbox Studios. And that's not the and Nintendo's not the only people that are there. Who else is going to be there? Well, too many damn people. There's too many things going on at Comic-Con, but that's because it's also Comic-Con.
Comics things will be there.
Comics will be at Comic-Con, of course.
But we're not going to talk about comics. We're video games, man.
Yeah, no. Like right now, like there's like, Legos and Batman is going to be talked about because of the anniversary, the new Batman Superman movie, but that's just a whole different game, non-gaming stuff. So, I mean, we are going to cover Comic-Con next week, of course, whatever gaming exclusives are going to come out. Because supposedly for Nintendo, there's going to be a few surprises coming from Comic-Con anyway about Smash.
I'll say some's directed at Smash.
Yeah, and some like other things that are going on, but we'll cover it all next week because there's a lot more things in Comic-Con to cover besides gaming, but I feel like gaming's a very small aspect to what Comic-Con actually is.
So that's why it won't be huge, but it'll be enough.
Yeah, it'll be enough.
It will be enough.
Yes. Now just moving on to this Nintendo in general. Nintendo's going to be registered actually a quality of life trademark in Europe. So, I mean, they were talking about that quality of life for the next thing that Nintendo's going to do, but they're already registering stuff in Europe. So, I mean, they're already moving up, man. And another thing about the Wii U, which is funny, this survey was done by GameIndustry.biz, which is a company of Gamer Network, and they did a survey of 1,000 people. And of those 1,000 people, 50% of them had their like intent increased to buying the Wii U.
Yay!
I don't know if I phrased that correctly. Let me rephrase that. 50% of those people surveyed have a higher interest in the Wii U,
Yay.
Especially following E3, which that's a great big like thing. And if nobody thought Nintendo won E3, which we already came to the conclusion.
Yeah, we figured that Nintendo stole the show.
And they weren't even there really to do their show. They kind of did the after show, and then they had Smash the whole day. Like that was the thing. Like, we felt like Nintendo was so wise in what they did. They had the live stream, and then they had Smash all day. Like, they literally just took over the entire day. So there really wasn't like really any contest where like the other two companies are kind of like games, like, and they were kind of boring.
Which, speaking of games, Xbox is, if you haven't heard already, they are trashing the idea of their whole entertainment system thing going on.
Yeah, they're going to be, Microsoft itself is going to be laying off 14% of its workforce.
And they're going full games.
Yeah, well, apparently, because when Xbox was first talking about when Microsoft was first talking about the Xbox One, they were saying how it was going to be the next level of the Xbox 360, where there was this whole media thing and people were using it to stream things, people were using it to do this and do that, and also play games. But and to a point where the Xbox One was going to have an exclusive network of shows, where they were going to have shows on Xbox One exclusive to the Xbox One, and other documentaries and other movies and everything as well.
Which they canceled that project.
Yes.
And there are some people who are very upset with this.
Yes.
And I would be, if I bought an Xbox expecting this little network to happen, and then they just up and cancel it, I'd want to sue Xbox for false advertisement, because they promised me this network programming that they're not going to fulfill on now.
Yeah, seriously. They hyped this up. Like, there was gonna be Halo being shown and other gamer documentaries and original TV shows along with your gaming thing and everything. And it's just like, yeah, that sucks for y'all. And if you really, I don't know. I mean, if you bought into the dream more than what it actually was, then that's kind of, I don't know. I don't see how you can be really fully angry at that when, I mean, you were getting one thing and now you get another. I guess you could really be angry.
Yeah,
at that.
you were told that this was going to happen. So some people bought into that
dream.
They bought into it, and then now they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, Xbox TV, that's what it was called. It was going to be like the competition to Netflix, and
yeah, no.
No.
Well, all right, think of it this way. If someone says, hey, yo, come over to my house. I got some dinner for you. And you're like, oh, sweet. Then you go to their house, and he's like, yeah, no, I actually don't have dinner for you. You'd be kind of upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like, it is false advertising in a way. Like, I don't know if people can sue for that, because I know people can sue for false advertising, because you said it was one thing, and now it's like, nah, we're going to lay off 18,000 people because we can't do this like we wanted to.
Messed up, man. It's messed up.
Yeah, seriously. And meanwhile, Microsoft was saying how they rose their sales, supposedly.
By dropping the Kinect.
Yeah, which it did raise sales, but the PS4, it's actually still leading. It's been the top-selling console for 6 months in a row. So, yeah, eat that. Yeah, understand that, Microsoft. You ain't got nothing on Sony yet. I mean, to a point where even Nintendo's still beating them. Maybe they'll get closer to Nintendo's numbers, the Wii U's numbers. I don't know if they're going to be touching Sony's for a long time. I think they dropped the ball so hard on the One that I don't know if they can recover from this. People think the Wii U's failing. I don't know. The Xbox
One's in turmoil, man. That thing is screwed.
And especially in the bigger in a company that has a lot of other things that are making money for it, and that one division could be hurting it a lot more. You know, it's very difficult to say. I mean, Sony was almost in the toilet at one point where they had to sell their freaking headquarter buildings in Japan and in the U.S. But now that they're recovering, and now it looks like Sony may be turning it around, especially I think the PS4 is saving Sony right now.
Yeah.
And Nintendo really didn't need any saving, because even if something failed, they're going to work at it until they get it right.
Yeah.
Which is why people were suggesting, maybe Nintendo should drop the gamepad. And it's like, no, they shouldn't, because they've already made that the mainstay of the Wii U. If they took out the gamepad,
it's just a Wii too.
Yeah, it really is. Which is really what they should have advertised it for anyway. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But the gamepad is used for a lot of things, in all honesty. And especially the fact that if you want to just have headphones in when you're playing a game, or you just don't want to watch TV, you want to watch TV while you're playing a game, or if somebody else you're with wants to watch TV and you want to play a game, and it's like, all right, I'll put it on my TV, whatever. Almost every game could be on the second screen. And I think that's a great idea, especially with the size of the screen and whatnot.
Yeah, they are developing more games now that are going to use the gamepad. They have the amiibos that will be using gamepad.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, like, dude, in all honesty, the Kinect was a whole different monster, to a point where it was in a way more forced than the gamepad. At least the gamepad, you could kind of go, okay, it's comfortable and it's usable. I see why it can be practical. It's not practical for a lot of games, but it can be used for something. Where the Kinect is like, this thing sucks.
Kinect is terrible.
It really is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people try to buy into it, like, yeah, I like it. But even Microsoft dropped that. If Microsoft even dropped it, I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Take that.
Take that. Now, just a few little small tidbits. The Last of Us Remastered, if you're getting it for a PS4, I hope you got a lot of space for that. It's going to be taking about 50 gigs of your hard drive. Have fun with that.
Way to waste all your space.
Ha. That rhymed there, buddy.
Huh?
That rhymed there, buddy.
Yeah. Totally.
You got distracted.
Totally did.
Yeah. The Steam controller is actually changing its appearance. Instead of it having the haptic feedback little circle things or whatever the hell those things are called, now they're going to add a control stick.
As it should be, it's a controller.
I mean, at some point, there was a point where there weren't any buttons on the damn thing. It was just a little haptic feedback and a pad that you touch the middle of. Now there's buttons, and now there's a stick. Just stop
just make it a controller.
Just give us another 360 controller, or just buy one that's already made for the PC that's cheaper than the regular 360 controller. Give us the Xbox One controller. Whatever, dude. Don't try to make this new controller that at this point it looks like you're just gonna turn it into an Xbox One controller anyway. In all honesty, stop wasting your money. Seriously.
Exactly.
There's no need for all that.
Well, it's because no one wants a gamepad.
Yeah.
Going back to that.
Especially PC gamers.
Yeah, it's just we like buttons and sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
We say, yeah, we like buttons and sticks. That's how we do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier to control that way.
Exactly. I mean, and especially if you're a PC gamer, you're used to a keypad and a mouse.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Come on now. Doom 4, actually, and we didn't get to talk about this last time, but Doom 4 is not a new Doom per se. It's a reboot. This was shown during a QuakeCon last week as well, that showed Doom off. There's no footage released publicly, though, so every reaction is based on everybody else's reaction. So basically, oh my god, there's a new Doom and it's amazing. So that's all we got for Doom.
Yeah.
Doom
Hope
reboot.
Hope it's better than that Doom movie.
But it had The Rock.
It was terrible.
It had The Rock.
I realized I'm a very harsh critic.
It sucked.
Everything is terrible.
You're like Jay Sherman, the critic.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you don't get that reference?
No.
Oh, dude, I think I just either showed my age or just know something that's so obscure that maybe 5 people get. That used to come on before The Simpsons, back in the days. That was actually what Family Guy was before Family Guy. They had that ADD type of thing. But it made sense where they did cutscenes to random movies because he was a critic. He criticized movies, but whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah. Other mini stuff as well. Diddy Kong Racing is rumored to be coming to a new Nintendo console.
Woo woo.
Not a remake. No, Diddy Kong Racing
2.
Oh
boy.
So it may be done by Retro Gaming, who has done the latest Donkey Kong Country games, the one for the Wii, which was Returns, and then Tropical Freeze,
that whole set.
So I mean, I don't know if they can pull it off. I don't remember really playing Diddy Kong Racing as much. I didn't really like the game too much because I was always I guess when I was younger, I was more of a Mario Kart fanboy. But
I played the battle mode. That was fun.
Yeah, I think Diddy Kong Racing had its own unique thing, and I would really love to go back and play it again. It had very different controls to what I was used to because I was always used to Mario Kart and that was it. But I was a kid and I was like, dude, this isn't play like Mario Kart. F this game. But
the only characters I actually remember in the game, I remember Diddy Kong, I remember Banjo, and then random animals.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep.
And then wait, what are these? It's like a tiger and an elephant. What are these from? I don't even know.
And the clock. For the time trial thing that you had to beat. That was almost impossible. And one of the last things that we want to talk about, there's a few more things. The Pokemon style game that's coming out on PC, which it's called it's almost like Red and Blue. It's called Collectums. Collectums. That blends Pokemon Red and Blue. I mean, it's gonna be released for PC. It's not like the newer games. It aims for a sense of adventure, versus You know, like the story is going to be the story revolves around paying off a debt left by your MAA parents. So that's great. It isn't afraid of giving you challenges. It's comfortable, or it's customizable. And look at the battle screen itself. Like I put the image online, but like it's like almost like
It looks like
weird
Pokemon.
Yeah,
it looks like a very like downscaled Pokemon.
But who knows?
They should have called it Pokemafia. Like your parents were whacked by the mob, and now you gotta like repay their debts and stuff.
Now speaking of Pokemon itself, there's a new world record for beating Pokemon Red. It was a speed run that clocks in at 1 hour and 50 minutes. And meanwhile, the average time for beating Pokemon is about 8 to 25 hours. So
I think the fastest I could probably do it would be around 12.
Yeah,
if I like don't want to like grind, because grinding is a huge part of that game. That's why it takes so long sometimes. But if you just play right through it, and you know, I think a lot of these things they pick a Pokemon that learns like Rage early on. So or I actually no, that's how you beat That's how you beat Gold and Silver. You pick the Totodile, get the Rage, and just work your way through. But like they don't train other Pokemon. They just use their starter for the entire thing. Which I think you pick a Bulbas. No, I'm not sure. I don't think you pick Bulbasaur. I don't know. You pick Squirtle maybe.
Yeah, Squirtle was used for this one. For the world record. There was a reason for that. He uses Squirtle as a starter for the run, which might not be surprising given the science has proven that Squirtle is one of the best choices out of the three. Squirtle is one of the preferred starting Pokemon for speedrunners, as he admits.
Well, because that first gym is the hardest part because you know you're level like 4.
Yeah.
No, but you're level like 10. So Squirtle's got the water gun. Because even Vine Whip doesn't like one hit KO as well as water gun does. So, but I feel like Bulbasaur would be a better choice because then he turns into Ivysaur and he can do well in the first gym and he can do well in the second gym. So, whereas Squirtle's actually weak to the third gym. No, so Squirtle's weak to the third gym, which is a Lieutenant Surge, and Bulbasaur is not.
Yeah.
And then Erica. Bulbasaur, Squirtle's weak. I don't know.
But you know what though? The speed run, like one of the fastest time I've ever seen, was in Pokemon Yellow, which was tool assisted, yes, and it was beat in a minute. That's the fastest one. I ever showed you that?
Beat in a minute?
Yeah, like literally the guy. I've told you about how speedrunners can actually like use codes to program codes into a game and all this other stuff and whatnot.
That's cheating.
It's tool. That's why it's TAS, tool assisted speedrun. So literally, he never left the room, basically. You started off in the game, and he like used some codes and then saved the game, left, and got to a point where you used some items to do some other things, to do some other code in the game. And then once he got all that configured, he basically, he basically just went out and like went into he basically left his room, and then he was in Professor Oak's like area where you meet him at the end of the game, and that was it. Like, you know, when you beat Gary at the end.
You didn't play the game. That doesn't count.
Yeah, no, dude, that's a speed run. When like any percentage speed run, you could do it. Just like the new Mario Brothers 3 speed run that took about 3 minutes. And he didn't even beat Bowser. He went to the 7th world, did some programming in the game, and got it to where some characters and other things were like things, and he used a pape glitch. Dude, it's really sick to see though. It's one thing to glitch around like the Skyrim runs. They glitch through walls using like a bowl, and so they skip levels that way. But like using an actual using codes and stuff, that's cheating. That's not. I don't consider that legit at all. I don't know. But then what about the Ocarina of Time speed runs, which the fastest one was done in about 18 minutes and 10 seconds. That's the new world record now, and that was almost perfect that he did. Like if you could do it a little bit more perfect, you could shave off some seconds, but it was done almost to a T, where it was like almost absolute perfection speedrun of Ocarina of Time.
Cool.
But what do you think about that? I mean, that's all glitches and everything. To a point
where I said glitching to do it is fine. Using codes to do it is not fine.
Well, he never really used code. It was still glitches in the game that you kind of alter.
No, like I'm talking about the Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the old Pokemon Yellow. It wasn't really a code used in the game. I must have phrased it incorrectly, but you know, he's basically altering the game to where it's remapping it and like using different characters to get to the end of the game. But it's basically what it is.
I don't know. I just no. You didn't do anything. You walked outside.
Yeah, and then he did some things.
That's not legit to me.
Hold on.
So I know it's zero time for you guys because we're gonna edit it and everything, but we just took a minute to watch this because I'm still in disbelief this is a legit thing. And that's not legit at all.
Like this actually, I saw a run that was 1 minute, like in game, but it took like 3 minutes to do it. But this one was like 0 minutes in the game, and yeah, dude, that's TAS, man. That's tool assisted speedrun.
That doesn't count. I don't count that at all.
Well, we will have a debate about that later. Oh.
No, I don't count that.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's a discussion.
No, my final verdict. That doesn't count.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's impressive, especially when you see the Legend of
Zelda. It's
not
not impressive. He's cheating.
Yeah, but dude, what about the Legend of Zelda ones? Like, look at the Ocarina of Time where
that's not cheating. That's glitching. This isn't good. That's clearly cheating.
But dude, he actually glitches to a point where he's still
he glitches to a point where he doesn't have to actually play the game. Oh my god, that's stupid.
But Ocarina of Time, he glitches to a point where he's still Kid Link fighting Ganon,
and that's funny.
Yeah,
that's not that Pokemon thing's not funny. That's stupid. You don't do anything. You pause you glitch the game so badly that you get items for nothing. Walk outside and then you win the game. that's not playing Pokemon Yellow at all. This guy, the guy who did Legend of Zelda, at least played the game. He beat Ganon as Kid Link, but he beat Ganon. That's the whole point. He actually played the game. This guy didn't catch a single Pokemon. He didn't even pick a starter. He didn't do anything.
What about the guy who beat Mario 3? He didn't have to play Bowser.
Then it doesn't count. If you didn't play the game, it doesn't count. Screw that.
All right. I don't think we'll leave it at that note. Hopefully you'll tune in for the next segment of our show, right, guys?
Yeah, we're talking about casuals versus pros.
Yes,
in our opinions.
Yes, exactly.
Check it out.